Top scientist, avionics. Okay. See, Subbarao is integration and production. Yes, that's right. The whole thing. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Dr. Leela. I'm welcoming you all on behalf of Flying Wedge. We request you to bear with us for a small delay in starting of the program. And it is so nice and it's a pleasure to see all of you being here with us so far. I now call upon our three musketeers to light the lamp, along with our guest as well. Mr. Narasimhan, the ops man, Prajwal, the tech, and of course, the team leader, Suhas, the CEO. And we also like to invite Suhas' Mrs. And I'd like to invite Mr. Subbarao. Sir, he has been the guiding light and one of the senior most in the team. And Mr. R.S. Rao. Shall we start the lamp, please? I now request our dignitaries to come and don the front row, please. Sir, Mr. Narasimhan. Where is We'd like to honor the guests today as a token of appreciation. I call upon Ms. Loshini, Chaitra, Shri, Yukta, Ashwini, and Namita. Please join us here behind the stage. It's a very prestigious and honorable day for Flying Wedge for achieving this milestone event, the details of which our CEO and the tech will share with us a little further down the day. Now I request Mr. Narasimhan to felicitate Mr. Subbarao. Thank you for being with us today, sir. Mr. R.S. Rao. Loshini. Mr. Radhakrishnan. Mr. Girish Dikshit. Mr. Mahesh. Mr. Narahari. And one of our special guests today, Mr. Krishi. Suhas? Suhas, do the honors. Yeah. He's a wonderful entrepreneur himself. So we'd like to recognize him for being with us today. Mr. Ram Kumar. Lieutenant Colonel Sunil. Mr. Sampath. Send the girls. Send the girls. And Mr. Balasubramaniam. And Miss Nandini. Please. It's a pleasure felicitating these celebrities and dignitaries today. Now, I pass on the mic to our Chief of Operations, Mr. Narasimhan, to welcome the gathering.
Good morning, all. Thank you for coming. On this occasion, I remember the famous words of Neil Armstrong. A small step for a man, but a leap for the humankind. That's what is happening right now, is what I feel. And thank you very much for coming and witnessing this particular very invaluable and extremely important step in our life at Flying Wedge. I thank you. And I really want to thank all the top scientists from Tejas team and from ISRO and all our partners, investors, and Balu sir, Nandini madam, our partners all the time with us. And we at Flying Wedge are committed to doing real work, hands-on, in-house, make India proud. That's what we want to do. That's what we will do. Jai Hind.
Thank you for the wonderful words, Mr. Narasimhan. It is very true. It's a giant leap, and it's a step worth recording on the history of Flying Wedge, especially today. They're crossing a very important milestone, and it's a pleasure to be here with them. And each one of you have honored us by being with us today. Now I request the CEO, Mr. Suhas, to say a few words on the product, the journey, and the accomplishment of Flying Wedge team.
Thank you, Mr. Leela. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, dignitaries, for accepting our invite and being here. It's really great to have all of you here. So we are again back with another model this year, with another male aircraft. And I know it's very hot now in the defense about the male, what's going on. Hope you would be curious to know what we have brought to you this time. So, rather giving a speech, I would want to make it more interactive. I would not take more than 10 minutes, I assure. So, before I unveil the product and, I talk, what it can do, I would love to know from all of you, right, from recent Op Sindoor and couple of wars that we have seen across the globe. How are the war won today? So we have some distinguished defense people as well here. Anybody can answer. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I mean, you spoke my heart out. So we have seen, the warfare changing from manned to unmanned. And tomorrow I feel it's going to be AI warfare. The next step of unmanned is what I feel, where the systems themselves are able to identify, the friend or foe. It is able to fly by itself. It is able to take some decisions by itself, where it has a cognitive thinking capability. This is where the war is heading. And we have already seen that happening. Unmanned is no more, a myth. It's already a reality that we have seen in a couple of warfares. But AI has started a small way, and in the next 2-3 years, you will be seeing it coming up in a very, very big way. And while a lot of drones, the smaller drones, are giving us a good edge in counterinsurgency operations and all the stuff, we here in India share a very unique battlefield, which is a very high elevated platform. That is where a lot of drones fail, because the multicopters and all the smaller drones, they are limited with respect to their payload capabilities. They are limited with respect to their endurances, range, and other stuff. With China, what the border we share today. So that is why the importance of MAIL and HAIL platform has come up. And I'm happy that Indian government has already recognized that there is a need, and AON has been recently cleared by the Defense Acquisition Council, and about 30,000 crores they're spending to buy some MAIL UAVs. Now, if we have to understand who all are going to be there in the MAIL UAV race today, not many, right? I mean, we have only some 5 countries that are holding this tech today, or mastered this tech. One is USA, the General Atomics we know, and Israel. They have been good friends. They have been supplying us searchers. They have been supplying us Hermes 900 and various other tech. Then we have Turkey. We have Iran with their Shahids, where they were, supplying in a lot to Russia. And not many. In India, I think we have put a lot of efforts, but the results are not in our favor. We will be out someday. So that is where even private industry started to step in and help the it may be DRDO or HAL or any of our government agencies that are working, to help the armed forces. Now private guys also have come forward and they have offered their help. And we are one such small company in that big private sector today. So before I unveil what this product can do, I would like to talk what problems are there in this mail industry and what we have solved now. So the first thing I would love to say is, the security of it. Now, as I told you, the shortcomings of smaller drones are range, endurance, and payloads. When we talk about ranges, we're talking about range that can go from 500 kilometers anywhere to 5,000, 10,000 kilometers. That's the range that people talk about. Now, if it has to go in that range, what we need is a satellite communication. That is one place where we are still a little behind because we have been relying on SpaceX and various other companies. While US and other countries are offering their UAVs with SATCOM that gives you almost unlimited ranges, we are here restricted to 100, 150 kilometers of line of sight communication, which is a very big challenge that we see in terms of communication. But if we buy foreign tech in this, what is that, the challenge that we are going to face? One big thing is the kill switch. We all know that. We just become a cheap labor to the US intelligence agencies. Every mission that our armed forces do will be binge watched by US sitting there because they will have the remote video terminals. And no more our privacy, our defense secrets will be secrets. That's one biggest downside of buying US Predators or US Reapers or whatever. While they give you a good performance, good edge, good high altitude capabilities, entire data is compromised. If data is compromised, it is still okay to some extent, but during the time of crisis, we have a record of US not being with us, anytime in any war. Yeah, including Op Sindoor, they bailed out Pakistan, right? So Kargil war, no support. 71, no support. So you cannot expect that from, be it a friend or a foe. India is a sovereign country, and for God's sake, India will take its decision on its own, and we don't need anybody's mercy, right? Thank you. So for this to happen, we should have the low Earth orbit communication systems immediately deployed. And we have one distinguished scientist from ISRO as well here today. So if possible, after this, you can give some information about what ISRO is trying to overcome this challenge and how we can together build the nation. And because without the SAT, I feel we are blind because we don't know what warfare we are doing. China has reached to a level where they're doing space wars. They're trying to destroy the satellites that are already there in the space. But here we should not struggle to have one satellite where it gives us a vision, it gives us a range. And tomorrow's warfare is all about connectivity, the net-centric warfare. As Sir was rightly pointing out, it's going to be all unmanned and everything connected on one particular platform, and where you need to have that connectivity. That's a very basic thing that we need to have. We do have the challenge in this particular model itself, what we are unveiling, but we have also put up requests to governments to give us whatever the bandwidth they have got today with respect to GSAT or whatever, some defense proprietary bands, because this, we are not supplying it to any Aam Aadmi, this is being supplied to only defense. They can use it and integrate. So we have put up a SATCOM option as well in this. That's one big advantage that we are going to get. So again, coming back to the kill switch, in the time of crisis, US or somebody should not say after putting up 1,000 crores, that's exact price what we bought in the last deal, $3.9 billion deal, and we bought 31 aircrafts. It should not be like during the time of crisis, you really can't use these aircrafts, or it can't be used against you. So we have to take care of all these things. And that is where indigenous solutions will be of big help, and it enables India. Because we have been always relying on foreign tech, and we have been doing trading here in India, and that has to change. Honorable Prime Minister has got a lot of schemes, have given a lot of funding to various organizations, and now it's our job to, not just trade, bring something outside, assemble and put a sticker, make in India and fool the government. We should not do that here. What we should do is we should truly put in our efforts to build a sustainable tech that gives India a true sovereignty. Right? That's what we feel, and we are completely aligned with that particular thought process here in Flying Wedge. And second comes the cost perspective. Now, if you see the warfare, there is a big, change in the warfare trend. It is not going to be a highly sophisticated tech anymore. It's going to be economic and efficient warfare. Recently, you see how air defense systems have been overwhelmed by the loitering munitions attack and other stuff. Turkey and Iran, these two are maybe not so favorable countries to us, but I admire the way they have come up in last 10 years. The way they have built their engines, the way they have built their communication systems, the way they have built their aircrafts. And today, it's not US, it's not Israel, or it's not any other developed country that holds 67% of the global combat market UAV in the world, and it's Turkey. And our target is not US, our target is not Israel, our target is Turkey, and we are competing. And that's how we come up with this E2A2 series of our aircraft, which is economic and efficient autonomous aircraft series. So one is the cost perspective, we talked about it. Kill switch, we talked about it. Communication, we talked about it. These are the major things that does not enable us to go for a foreign tech. Now imagine the vulnerability of using this costly tech. Now these move at a 300, maximum 350 km/h, slow moving vehicles. 1,000 crore huge bird carrying everything into it. Let me give you a small analogy. If you own a pizza shop and you have to deliver to 10 customers, would you use one truck using for delivering the pizzas, or would you use 10 bikes? Which is more efficient and which is more economical? The bikes, right? Similar way, today's warfare is not about a slow moving vehicle carrying everything on top of one vehicle. It's divided, it's swarmed, and smaller systems that can pull under the nose of a radar, small systems that can put in swarm. And look at the vulnerability. If you even the systems that we do, they go at a 300 km/h, they match the predator speed. But I won't say that it can't be taken down. It can be taken down any time, right? Any small country is today equipped with a high-tech air defense system that it can be taken down. So in that case, why lose a 1,000 crore aircraft? Lose a 5 crore one, lose a 10 crore one, lose a 20 crore one. And how many of them can we buy? We need somewhere about 5,000, 6,000 such aircrafts to be in place. And we can't go on buying this 1,000 crore, 350 crore aircrafts. So we have requested the government, we have put up some proposals, and through media friends have, I again request, if you can take it to the government, that why go with a costly warfare when Pentagon itself has changed its policy to economic warfare? Predators are being retired, and you all know that. Economic policy is already drafted and implemented, you all know that. But why in India are we still using the junk technology that US is going to rub on our heads, right? Let's make our own technology, let's make our own efficient systems. That's what we are looking at. Again, coming to the vulnerability, air defense system, if it is going to hit one, right, we are going to lose 1,000 crore, but here you're not going to lose much. And when I'm in swarm, my precision is going to be much higher. Imagine I can put 100 of these, my aircrafts, 100 of my KAALABHAIRAVs can field one predator, 10 of them can field one predator. And even overwhelming the enemy air defense, my aircraft is so cheap that enemy's missile is much costly. Now, I'm happy even if it is taken down because enemy is losing a lot of aircrafts, a lot of air defense missiles, right? Pakistan also has done this trick on us in Operation Sindoor. Lot of loitering munitions, lot of drones without anything in it. We have been hitting it with Akash missiles, right? Because we don't have an option. I mean, it was faced by Israel, it was faced by us, and any country has to face. So what is the solution is economic and efficient warfare. Bring out systems that are highly economical, and it's all going to be the volume game. That's what I believe, and that's how we started off. So these are some really good advantages, what we provide, the problems that we are solving now. So with this, ladies and gentlemen, I introduce FWD KAALABHAIRAV, Indian Guardian Beyond Time. So it's right in front of you. And I request TBB sir, Rajwal, and Dr. Subbarao Garu to unveil our product. And I request the entire ADA team to be here to unveil. It's a great pleasure, honor to have you all, sir. And sir, yeah. So today I am so happy that the model is being unveiled in the hands of distinguished scientists here who have actually built our beloved fighter jet Tejas, right? Dr. Subbarao Garu has been the project director, and he had about 40 years of service to the nation. and along with them we have all the team. And once it is unveiled, I would want them to share some knowledge on how their journey was and how they look at today's warfare and what can they relate looking at this model. So this is a surprise for them also, what we are doing now. So please.
Yeah. Let's all give a big hand. And here is the bird, the much awaited bird from Flying Wedge, a milestone in its history and an accomplishment worth recording today.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Take your seats. Let me give you a few details about what the bird is. Music. So, ladies and gentlemen, we introduce FWD KAALABHAIRAV. And there's one change, we're not following the routine now. We are not unveiling this. We are expressing our readiness of the program this time. It's not just unveiling of a static model to you like always we do or anybody else do. So this is the readiness that I'm going to show you, and also we're going to play a couple of videos of the flight, what we have done now. So this bird is capable of flying at around 20,000 feet that our armed forces want as of now. This is equipped with a piston engine. There are a couple of engines. Again, engine was a big problem for us in Indian industry. So what we have done is we have been talking to a few automotive manufacturers here where, if you know, Bharatkar was also started with a Luna engine. And that's how we have a very good automotive industry in India, and that is being converted to aero engines today. While we have the dependency initially, we have 7 different types of engines that can be fitted onto this aircraft, which have been tested and tried out. So one is Hertz from Germany, Skypar from Germany, then we have a few from Czech Republic, and we have a few from Taiwan also. So some friendly nations, from Russia also we have one engine. So 7 engines where you don't have to depend on one particular vendor. At the same time, while our engine is also being developed, I'll just show you a small proto of our engine that is being developed to make in India, and very soon you can expect that engine also to be in place for this bigger bird. Samir, can have the engine, please. So this bird can lift a payload of about 91 kilograms in total, and this is a very compact aircraft, not designed to carry too much of loads like 300 kg, 400 kg. As I told you, the strategy is swarming, strategy is pulling it under the nose of radar, strategy is economical, strategy is efficient. Strategy is our own control. This can fly for a max linear range of about 3,000 kilometers. And it is equipped with a SATCOM antenna as well, you can see. It comes with a complete maritime surveillance kit as well with SIGINT, ELENT, and then it comes with a synthetic aperture radar and electro-optical infrared and thermal payloads as well. And I would proudly like to say that 80% of the components are made in India, and today if there is a crisis, we are ready to mass manufacture and serve the country here. In Bengaluru, we'll proudly manufacture this. And this can be equipped with, this is the I-Star platform where you can have the missiles, laser-guided rockets, dump bombs. You can have loitering munitions launched from this. This can be a mothership. You can have glide bombs attached to it. There is some type of ammunition that we are now developing which is being shown to you. This is not a real one though, but this is the exact copy of what we are developing now. And with respect to explosives also, we have a lot of constraints in India that only 2-3 people have it today. And there is a requirement of many more people coming into this industry, while we have collaborated with some foreign partners as well, where we are developing the ammunition part, missiles and then some rockets. We also express our wish to work with the DRDO on the ULPGM platform. This can at a time lift 4 or 6, based on the mission requirement, the ULPGMs, UAV launcher precision guided missiles. So we will be looking forward for that as well. We'll put up a request. We are in touch with RCA Hyderabad also to get a confirmation on that. Proudly made in India, completely make in India, and for the India. So this is a model engine that we have. Yeah. So this currently can take up. Yeah. This currently can take up MTOW of about 100 kilograms, maximum takeoff weight of about 100 kilograms. But now we are developing that for a maximum takeoff weight of about 300 kilograms now, because lifting a payload of about 91 kg might become really a problem for the smaller one, where it requires a longer runway. The thrust is required is not also much on this particular platform. So very soon we are coming out with our own engine. Meanwhile, we have a TOT of few German engines that we are manufacturing here, and we're putting that onto a platform. Yeah. Thank you so much. This is all about the bird.
Now we'll have a photo shoot. There's some on either side. Sure. Yeah. And you also get there at the back. All of you visible? Now hold the engine. Now we'd like to play a small video clip of the journey of this bird from Flying Wedge. I request everybody to be seated. Samir?
Also this time we are open for some discussions and interactions with media as well. If you have any questions, we are free to ask, and anything, literally anything.
Yeah, the idea is to invoke interest from the gathering and also to know the journey Flying Wedge has done so far in developing not only this bird, the other products as well. So we'll be happy to have a session of QA in a little while. Shall we run the audio? Ready? Thank you so much.
One very, very, very important point that I would like to make is, many of you would have thought this is a drone. How many of you have thought it is a drone? This is not a drone. A drone is something that runs on a particular navigation system, which is basically remotely controlled, or what we call RPAS, remotely piloted aircraft system. But can you imagine who piloted this? There is a pilot sitting here in this conference hall. You know who the pilot who piloted this? The aircraft itself. You know why? This is called autonomous combat aircraft, where it has a capability to fly on its own, to detect the target, identify, friend and foe identification, what we call, eliminate the target, come back and land. So there is a good component of AI sitting on this. There is a onboard processor sitting on this that enables, the aircraft to take decisions on its own. So that is why it is not a drone. It's called an autonomous combat aircraft. And imagine putting them into swarms and how deadlier it can be. Each of the bomb can carry about 10 kgs of explosives inside, which means one KAALABHAIRAV can erase a state, district from the map. That's how powerful this is, and this is not a toy. This is a very, very powerful tool for tomorrow. And imagine 100 of these flying on the enemy skies. And that's the terror that KAALABHAIRAV is going to create. Right? Thank you. So I would like our architects of Tejas Mk1 and our team to share few words on their journey, on the bird, on the unmanned warfare going on, and what they could infer from this bird. We will be very happy to have the feedback, sir. And I'm daring to do this in front of the media. You can be as raw as possible. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
I am Girish Dikshit. I am a flight control system expert of light combat aircraft. I started my journey in 1986 as a young scientist, and I retired as a technology director of flight control system. During our age, might was the primary requirement. Big aircraft, powerful aircraft, and which can destroy a lot of things. But today, after 40 years, the entire scenario is different. Today is not just destroying one installation. Today is destroying the nerve center of the enemy. So it is not like destroying the aircraft. It is destroying the capability to fly that aircraft. The enemy country, I am not destroying the enemy country aircraft, but I am making the enemy country not to fly his aircraft. Okay, that is what we call nerve center. Make him, he has got 100 aircraft, but none of the aircraft should fly. You make that. What is that? That is just destroying the control capability of the enemy country. And today, that is being done with very less damage. I don't want to I don't want to risk my pilots. I don't want to risk my aircraft. Do it remotely. How do you do it remotely? Using such aircraft. And this is the aircraft what is required for the future combat scenario of any country, not only the India, any country. And second one, many people will tell you can win the war not by having sophisticated aircraft, not by having a sophisticated network and all, having indigenous equipment. It is not having any great aircraft, it is indigenous aircraft. Again, indigenous means everything. For example, today we have light combat aircraft, and you all know engine is from US. So I am telling aircraft is indigenous, but without engine, I can't fly my aircraft. So that is the beauty of this new company, I feel. Everything they would like to build indigenously, including that engine. I am really thrilled. The person was just holding that engine like a small toy. It really gives confidence for us. I think such companies are required. And this is the one what takes us towards the Atmanirbharata. means I can do everything indigenously, not by buying something from Israel, something from US, something from some other country. So I should have that zeal. I will build the aircraft required to destroy the enemy without taking anything from anybody else in this country. I think that determination this company has got. And second one is all our young people. I think we experienced people like us, like me, should join hands with them. All the best. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Great job done. Good luck. Thank you very much.
Thank you for these wonderful words. There's something I would like to share with the audience today. Flying Wedge average age is 28. And it is a company with almost zero attrition from the day it was started. Not many can boast of this achievement, and we are happy and proud that it has been a wonderful family which is able to produce product after product with the sole policy that it shall be indigenously developed, designed and manufactured. And we have achieved this today, and the milestone is here for everyone to see. I request Prajwal, our Chief Officer Technology, to give a small insight into the hardship, the challenges the team faced in building this product. And he will not take too much of your time. He'll try and restrict it to less than 3 minutes. Is it okay? Thank you. Prajwal?
Yeah, thank you everyone for making to this event. Suhas has covered most of it, so there are minor things which I will just add on to it. As sir rightly mentioned, the path ahead is the indigenization. So right from the engine, the SIGINT systems, the command systems, the EOIR payloads, all of that we are making it here, and we want to, we are already ready. If there is any crisis, we are ready to mass manufacture. I would like to reiterate that, and I would open it for the QA. Or if you have anything to add on.
One small announcement I do have. So team, I think you have seen our journey from last 1 year, and I think our media friends were also there, and they have given us a very good visibility, and I really thank you for that, because that is what helped us survive through this very tough phase. If you were not there, we would not have been here. So I want everybody to give a round of applause for our media partners who have really supported us through this journey. Because the first time when we launched our aircraft, it was quite fat. And it's known to everybody that, people were mocking, making fun of it. But one thing that I remembered was, there was one photo that I saw where Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam was carrying one small, when they started ISRO on a cycle. We were not at the level of NASA, right? Same was the case with us. Imagine what was the funding that we had at that time when we started off. Peanuts. What we saved in our lives, being a 28-year-old at that time, we put all our money into the program, and we started off daringly that, we will start it and we will not leave it. But the amount of hate that we saw is something that our team could not digest. You cannot expect us to be Lockheed Martin on the day one. If you expect something, very gloss and fine always in front of you, you only should buy the foreign products. But where is the indigenization on it? Where is your sovereignty in it? When it is going to be unmanned AI warfare, are you saying that you're going to give the entire control into the hands of foreigners? We should not do that. And every startup company, goes through this very rough phase. And we also have gone through, because of various negative PR that happened in the market. It was very tough to retain the talent. In aerospace, I can count on fingers, the talent that I could get. Because everybody would want to join a fancy company. Everybody would want to join Boeing. Everybody wants to join Airbus. Who wants to join a company which is being mocked like anything in the market? Right? That's the phase that we were in. And I decided I'm going to fly it at any cost. Come what may. I'll put everything, whatever is with me, we'll sell it off. Everybody thought that, we are going to do that happen here. And within 3 months, we flew our first prototype. And that's when people started to gain some confidence. And that is when some VCs came up, some angel investors came up, and we've been funded about a $3 million funding we got. And we're going for a next round of fundraising, about $20 million. And I thank all the investors also who have been through this phase, who helped us out. Early Seed Venture is one such venture that helped us, in raising about $1.5 million in the total $3 million round. And banks have come forward. Government banks have come forward to give loans, unsecured loans. Imagine where India is progressing today. The level of support that government is giving today, right? CGTMS scheme, lot of schemes have been there. And these were really helpful for us to be alive and bring something in front of you. Today, I'm not just bringing you a prototype that you all take a photograph and I sit for decades and I don't bring out anything. No, I am bringing you a ready aircraft that is flying, that is performing its task, and it is completely autonomous. First of its kind autonomous combat aircraft built in the country. And first of its kind male aircraft, indigenously built and which is flying, that is ready to help the country. And this is developed to designed and developed to help our country. Meanwhile, we had to take some different routes as well, where as a startup we have to survive, right? End of the day, money fuels everything. I have to feed my employees, I have to feed my family. I just got newly married, my wife is sitting here. So I have some commitments, boss. But if I have to go beyond all this, I will have to start exploring different routes. We started to export. And with a lot of pride, I am announcing my second international order. We raised a $30 million order from one of the Southeast Asian countries. And I launched a project now called Operation 777. Operation 777 is positioning India into the defense tech exporter, not uniform exporter, socks, shoe exporter. That does not count under defense, sir. I repeat. We have to export highly sophisticated tech, unmanned, what we call AI tech, that's going to help warfare. And like US does, we will be doing it here now. So the Operation 77 code is given in such a way that 7 headquarters in 77 countries. 2 countries are already down, and by this year, I assure you, another 5 countries will be into our kitty. So 77 countries supported by India. That's the vision that we see here. And it's not just US making everybody dependent and making India dependent on them. They put tariff, we shiver. No. God's sake, we will develop everything here. Good that you put all that. We will start indigenization, right? Unless, until you are our friend, our traders will keep buying from you. Your lobby works. Better you are my enemy. I make everything by myself. I am on my own. And that's the spirit we started off. And for some reasons, the country has not asked to disclose the name because they will have their own pressures from everywhere. And I promise you that very soon I will be disclosing everything with the entire details of the orders and what we're doing, which country and everything with their permission. I would just want to give you a glimpse of where this is heading. And Operation 77 is on, and you can count on it. And that's where we look at, flying our wings, India spreading its wings across the globe and being a defense tech leader. And this is the start of our Honorable Prime Minister's Atmanirbharata. Thank you, gentlemen. And ladies also.
There is an officer from PMO here. I request Mr. Anand here to come over and talk a few words and give words of encouragement, what you can do for us, and partner with us, sir.
Good afternoon. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Very, very happy to see that something of this kind has come up from this country. I keep going to so many events, but this is something which is giving real pride. I head the inventions and innovations under the PM's Principal Scientific Advisor's Office through the world's largest invention federation called as the International Federation for Inventors. So my job here is to see how I take Indian inventions to the world. And this is something, you don't talk Operation 777. You talk Operation 111 or 1000 or 198. That's the number of countries that we have. And we have to ensure America अपने घुटने पे आना चाहिए. आएगा. वो दिन भी आएगा. वो दिन भी आएगा. The day when America will say, you please supply the parts to us. We'll be happy.
Sir, लाएंगे.
लाना ही पड़ेगा. That's the only way. That's the only way. Sir, I'm not kidding. I have had the opportunity to see some brilliant startups, brilliant technologies. Many of the people in this room might not even know of what is happening in some of the sectors, which I have had the privilege to go and see. But this is truly amazing. And as far as even funding is concerned, I also work with the family office, which is called as the Dr. Hiramat Global Enterprise. So we can also ensure how we can get you the funding support in any which way that we can help you out with. So having said this, thank you so much. We can also help you in seeing how we can get these products to other friendly countries through the connections that we have through various arrangements that we do. So we'll be happy to see. And I would definitely want to know, do you have a patent on any of this?
Yes, we do have 7 patents.
Fantastic. So that is more important for me. India has to have product patent because India files patents in the WIPO for lot of research, but product patents are minimal. And that's where China beats us in the game. So we need to reverse it. Come more with products. If there are any more startups, any more young minds sitting out here, my advice to you is research is required, but more than the research that is lying in the library, we need products which can hit the market like this. KAALABHAIRAV ki jai ho.
Thank you, sir. Okay. All the best. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your kind words and offer. Yeah, we are open for any Q&A, media partners, anything.
I have one question. I just wanted to know whether this aircraft has gone through the certification process, like semi-lac certification, or any other equivalent.
We are planning to go with the NATO standards as of now because we are looking at a global expansion also where that certification is widely accepted. Surely we'll also go through the semi-lac certification if the user requires it. Yeah, we'll be very soon pitching it to our armed forces now. Now that the mail program is also very speedily, very fastly coming up. So now, yes, we will have to go through semi-lac most probably, but if user requires, because I don't want to get in the get stuck in the loop of 4 to 6 years, because I'm a startup, I want to live. Yeah, I don't want to die. Yeah, sure, sir, thank you. And definitely we'll take all your help because documentation process is something that we are very new. We are just innovators. We need some help on how to overcome these challenges. And with all of you here and in the country with us, we will definitely be able to pull it off. Thank you, sir.
जी
Yes, sir.
जैसा कि आपने मेंशन किया है, सैटकॉम के साथ जो रेंज है इस राजीव मिश्रा फ्रॉम राजस्थान पत्रिका.
Hello, sir.
राजीव मिश्रा फ्रॉम राजस्थान पत्रिका.
Hello, sir. Yeah, please, sir.
जैसा कि आपने लिखा है कि सैटकॉम के साथ जो रेंज है वो 3000 किलोमीटर है. अगर हम रूस और चाइना या अमेरिका की बात करें तो उनके पास करीब 20 डजन सैटेलाइट्स हैं जो स्पेशली डिफेंस के लिए डेडिकेटेड हैं. हमारे पास लेस देन 1 डजन है जो डिफेंस के लिए डेडिकेटेड. ऑपरेशन सिंदूर के बाद क्या जब इस तरह के प्रोडक्ट्स बन रहे हैं तो सैटकॉम के इश्यू पर गवर्नमेंट से आपकी कुछ बात हो रही है, किस तरह के एश्योरेंस मिल रहे हैं और इस दिशा में अगर कुछ प्रोग्रेस हो रहा है तो बताइए. दूसरा मेरा एक सवाल है, आपको $30 मिलियन का ऑर्डर मिला है, कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशन. क्या गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया की ओर से भी आपको मिला है और अगर किसी एडवर्स टाइम में आपको बड़े पैमाने पर प्रोडक्शन करने के लिए स्केल बढ़ाने की अगर ज़रूरत पड़ती है तो क्या आप उसके लिए तैयार हैं?
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू फॉर दैट क्वेश्चन. विथ रेस्पेक्ट टू सैटकॉम आपने जो पूछा है वो हमने हमारे प्रपोजल्स दिए हुए हैं. गवर्नमेंट इज ऑल्सो वेरी पॉजिटिव ऑन दैट. दे आर ऑल्सो वेरी सून कमिंग अप विथ समथिंग वेरी सिमिलर कम्युनिकेशन सेटअप, क्योंकि वो बहुत ज़रूरत है आज के ज़माने में. विदाउट दैट हम ऑलमोस्ट आर्म फोर्सेस are blind. Without that, we can't do anything, and that's the fact. Right? So yes, government बहुत जल्दी आ रहा है, and we know what ISRO is capable of, right? They can deliver with what speeds, sir? What is your space speeds? We are only in aerospace. So we are looking for both the support. In fact, one is GNSS based support. जो Navik platform अभी बना हुआ है, it's a beautiful platform, but it is yet to get completely functional. So we are awaiting that program. Navigational satellites का थोड़ा सा upgrade होने के बाद we will be able to put up in this. The second one would be communication satellites. Communication is the key now. We are not able to have communication beyond certain range. So best thing what we have done, इसमें क्या करा हमने, communication अगर नहीं है हमारे पास क्या है, AI है. तो communication क्यों चाहिए? यहाँ से आप एक command दोगे aircraft को कि हाँ ये target को उड़ा दो तुम. लेकिन यहाँ पे AI लगा दिया, तो आपका communication ना होने के बाद भी AI को पता है, AI is trained well, reinforcement learning use कर रहे हैं हम इसमें, जहाँ पे it will be able to identify the target. हाँ मेरे को यही उड़ाने को बोला गया था, मैच करेगी, yes this is the one, and उड़ा देगी. तो आपकी कम्युनिकेशन एंड ट्रिगर की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है, वो खुद कर पाएगी. दिस इज़ वन ऑल्टरनेटिव दैट एंटायर वर्ल्ड इज शिफ्टिंग टुवर्ड्स, जिन कंट्रीज़ में सैटकॉम नहीं है. और हमारे पास इसरो की इतनी कैपेबिलिटी है कि हम बहुत डेकेड्स पहले हम जीसैट जियो स्टेशनरी ऑर्बिट पहुंच गए, और वहाँ से क्या क्या हमारी अभी सैटेलाइट एक्टिविटीज़ चल रही है, राइट फ्रॉम आवर मोबाइल फोन्स टू योर TVs to everything is run on that. तो it will not be a big challenge. बहुत ही जल्दी इसरो कर सकती है ये चीज़, गवर्नमेंट अगर पुश करेगी तो. गवर्नमेंट इज ऑल्सो पुशिंग इट, सो लेट्स सी कब तक ये होगा. तो वो मेरे कंट्रोल में तो नहीं है, तो जब भी वो आ जाएगा तो विल बी यूजिंग दैट. बट हम ये रिक्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं गवर्नमेंट से कि अभी जो भी अवेलेबल है बैंडविड्थ, अगर डिफेंस प्रोप्राइटरी बैंड्स जो भी होता है उसमें अगर आर्म फोर्सेस इसको चला सकते हैं तो भी आपका आराम से कवर हो जाएगा. बिकॉज वी आर नॉट ट्राइंग टू टेक इट लाइक B-2 बॉम्बर एंड फ्लाइंग इट टिल ईरान. हमारे बॉर्डर्स में ही उड़ाएंगे इसको, तो उसके लिए काफ़ी है हमारे जितने भी सैटेलाइट्स हैं हमारे पास.
प्रोडक्शन और ऑर्डर एंड प्रोडक्शन.
नहीं, आई हैव टू आंसर द सेकंड क्वेश्चन. सो प्रोडक्शन के हिसाब से आज हम रफली अबाउट 150 एयरक्राफ्ट प्रोड्यूस कर सकते हैं. आई वुड लव you people to give you a factory tour also. We are coming up with a very good state-of-art facility now. One more facility we are putting up, our own facility. And we are looking for government of UP, government of AP, government of Karnataka to give us good amount of lands. We are going for 150 to 200 acre of land where we develop a runway as well for testing purposes, because runway has become a big problem. क्योंकि DRDO की एक ही runway जो available है आज चित्रदुर्गा में, उनकी भी टेस्टिंग्स चलती रहती है, हमारी भी टेस्टिंग्स चलती रहती है. तो स्लॉट मिलना बहुत मुश्किल है, जिसकी वजह से मेरा प्रोडक्ट बाहर लाने में मेरे को 3-4 महीने का डिले हो जा रहा है, जिसकी वजह से मेरे को उन प्राइवेट रनवे चाहिए होगा, उसके लिए भी देख रहे हैं. नाउ दैट some countries have trusted us and they've given orders, we have raised funds, we're in a position to buy some land, we're in a position to invest into it, and I would love to show you a flight also. Actually आज जो प्लान हुआ था, मेरे को परमिशंस नहीं मिला, एंड मेरे को एयर वेदर इज ऑल्सो बैड बिकॉज दिस इज रेनी सीजन, एंड ऑल्सो दैट रनवे मिलना थोड़ा सा मुश्किल हो गया था. नहीं तो आई वॉन्टेड टू हैव दिस session in the runway, not in a hotel like this, where I would have flown this in front of you and would have shown you what it can do. And I assure you, we'll meet again and I'll definitely show this to you. And अगर कोई भी मीडिया वालों को भी अगर देखना है, they can feel free to reach out to us. We can give you an exclusive program, how we fly, what we do. Runway पे जा सकते हैं, हम उड़ा सकते हैं, दिखा भी सकते हैं. To any agency also, right from ISRO to ADA to any government agency, if they want to collaborate, we are more than happy to take your guidance and be with you and serve the country. So again, coming back to the order that you have asked in the question, for the order that we have raised, we are going to deliver it in next 3 years. तो अभी जो production capacity हमारे पास है वो काफ़ी है, and going forward India की requirements meet करने के लिए ये काफ़ी नहीं है, because it's a 30,000 crore order, and 2 players में बांटा जा रहा है. I hope you all know that. One is 64% and other is 36%. Even the 36% is roughly coming up to say 10,000 crores, the smallest order. तो उस कैपेसिटी के लिए तो एग्जीक्यूशन में थोड़ा मुश्किल होगा ही हमारे लिए, लेकिन we are trying to partner with big companies. Lot of opportunities we have got, lot of offers we have got to partner immediately, because our bird is ready, immediately कर सकते हैं. And all thanks to Honorable Prime Minister and National Security Council and also the Defence Forces to place this particular big value order under by Indian, because had it not been by Indian, foreign lobby बैठ जाती है यहाँ पे, तो it would have been very difficult for us to penetrate, because you know muscle power works, financial power works. So now इसको by Indian में लाने की वजह से there is a good amount of chances that we also can represent into this order. And I feel there are good chances, right? I mean, इनकी spec out तो पूरा हुआ नहीं है, we can spec out what we have now. And since most of the subcomponents India में बनाते आया, you have seen the journey from last 1 year से अभी तक कहाँ आए हम. We have refined and optimized करके completely इस stage पर आए हैं जहाँ पे we are giving you a 30-hour endurance equal to something what US and Israeli guys are giving you. So hope that answered your question, sir. Thank you.
So I have a couple of questions, and I request you to give brief answers so that it will be
just
very
a second. We want you to give your name and preferably stand up because most of the audience are not able to see where the question is coming from.
No, it's
Kindly
okay.
do give your name and stand up for us to see you.
He's able to see me. It's okay. I am Narayanka from United News of India. I have a couple of questions, and sir, I request you to be very brief so that it will be very easy for us to, sift whatever you're going to say very clearly and comprehensively. How does this KAALABHAIRAV compare with the global mail UAVs like the US Reaper or Israeli Hermes 900 in terms of performance and survivability?
Yeah.
And can the UAV operate in swarm mode at scale? And if so, what is the maximum number of drones that can be coordinated simultaneously? This is very important, and because of this swarm warfare, we could very well be able to, be very successful in Operation Sindoor, what we have seen.
Absolutely, sir. So I would first answer your last question regarding the swarm. That answers other questions as well. So when it comes to swarm, the swarming technology is something that is still under development. I do not want to say हमने वो कर दिया, ये उखाड़ दिया. हम अभी कर रहे हैं उसके लेवल में. Individual unit is ready, and with one GCS today you can pair 5 aircrafts. So this is the swarming capability we have, but about 50 nodes ground level पे and simulation level पे हमने already prove कर चुके हैं. So we have to put that into, we have to put aerial units on these systems, and we have to try out in the air how the swarm is going to work. So we are not yet ready with the swarm, but yes, swarm of 5, we are ready. And coming to the performance and capabilities, how we compare with the Reaper, how we compare with the Hermes 900 you asked. We first of all don't fall into that class, sir. If armed forces want that class, we will be giving that class, we will upgrade the payload capacity. With respect to the payload capacity, we only have about 91 kilograms in this. This is a compact UAV. इसको ऐसा डिज़ाइन करा गया था कि बहुत ही compact रहे, and one good feature of this is that you can just dismantle each and every part and reconfigure in less than half an hour. That gives so much of tactical operation advantage to armed forces that they can carry it anywhere in just a small truck, and that's how even we bought it. So we're not falling into that huge class. This is a compact class. You can more or less compare this with either Israeli Searcher. You can compare this with Bayratkar for that reason. And with respect to the performance, one is, yes, with respect to endurance, we are hitting the 30-hour mark. With respect to range, yes, we are in the 3000 range. We are much better than many other UAVs that are there. But obvious thing is that when it is a very big aircraft like Hermes or a very big aircraft like a Reaper or a Predator, your wingspan is much larger, you carry a lot of fuel, and you can be airborne for a longer time. And those come with turboprop engines, and which can take you to a 30,000 feet. But what we are trying to do here is that we're not today equipped with such level of funding that I go to a turboprop and I build you such a big aircraft, which nowadays is also discarded by US itself. And why do I make something old technology? So rather we thought something make economic and efficient, and we're better happy with this, because I can literally field 10 of them with one of your Predators. And I know it is not a job of doing a dogfight for a Predator class aircraft, but I would like to say survivability is one question that you asked. Now, if enemy air defense system, they fire one missile, which goes in say 2 Mach, 3 Mach, or they have something which goes in 24 Mach also today. Neither Predator survives, nor we survive. But I still have 10 of them with me where I hit the target. One at least hits the target. So that's the precision that we can bring out in the smaller models.
Can you share the affordability or the cost of this this aircraft?
Yeah. So again, Hermes and what you told comes at about 145 to 150 crore rupees, Indian rupees, if you have to talk about. And similarly, Reaper comes somewhere about 250 to 350, including, plus or minus some components and TOT and stuff. But this comes in less than $2.5 million, which I have to say, 25 crores.
That's too. That's too.
Now you tell me which is more advantageous for governments to buy.
Yeah, as we Indians are very frugal, obviously it's 25 crores. So what level of, I don't know whether you have answered this before. I think so you have answered, but anyway, what level of integration has been achieved with Indian Armed Forces command and control systems, and when will the aircraft enter operational service domestically?
With respect to the integration, the payload integration, weapon integration is something that we are looking at, indigenous weapons. Today, we in the sense, KAALABHAIRAV does not have indigenous weapons. The bird is indigenous, but weapons are still under partnership of some European companies, which I'll be announcing once we have a complete partnership with them. Currently, we are under trials with that, and we have been developing our own ammunitions, and we have been developing our own. Very soon, we'll be applying for explosive license, and some design part is going on. So with respect to integration with the current Indian weapons that are there, be it DRDO made or any other organization made, we are in talks with them. I mean, it's been almost 6-7 months that we have been talking, and Indian Armed Forces have a very different requirement until now, that they all wanted to go with a VTOL type of configuration. What I understood, because almost 2 years, this answers your second question also, we have been behind Armed Forces and asking, I see everywhere that there is a requirement coming up for 30-kilometer range, I see a requirement coming for 20-kilometer range, 50-kilometer range. I don't see something that is coming for 3,000-kilometer range. I don't see something coming for 1,000-kilometer range. But you buy that from Israel, like Harop, Harpy. You buy that from, US. But हमको कहाँ आना है, किससे बात करना है, किसको बेचना है, who will buy it? Because Army never published it. And then I got to know that Army has a different level of functioning. They have a different way of functioning, I would say. That there, जो भी एक company commander जो jurisdiction में आता है, it is not beyond their 50 kilometers. Or even the general officer in charge commanding, उनको भी मतलब ये 500, 1000, 2000 किलोमीटर रेंज प्रोक्योर करने की कैपेसिटी में नहीं है. सो इट हैज टू अगेन गो थ्रू द सेंट्रल रूट से ही आना पड़ेगा करके, विच इज अ लॉन्ग प्रोसेस विच यू नो अंडर द डिफेंस एक्विजिशन प्रोसीजर. तो मेरे को ये प्रोसीजर फिगर आउट करने में इतना टाइम लग गया कि कैसे बेचूं मैं इसको आर्म फोर्सेस को. तो फाइनली ऑल थैंक्स टू डिफेंस एक्विजिशन काउंसिल एंड इंडिया दैट बाय द टाइम वी वर पुटिंग आवर एफर्ट्स to generate a statement of necessity from armed forces, take it to the ministry, then get the acceptance of necessity approved, then put it for budgeting, because these are all huge systems, thousands of crores we talk about, and that has to be approved by your council or cabinet or whatever the procedure is, and it takes literally years, right? That's how India works. That's not how other countries work. So penetrating into Indian defense, integrating their systems and making the world ready for them takes some time. Not because of the readiness of the bird, but because of the procedures that we have here in India. While the defense acquisition procedure has hugely cut down the timelines with their emergency procurements and various other things, but for this strategic products that are there, still a lot of reforms have to be brought in. We have given our feedback. Hope armed forces also come out with that very soon, and they will facilitate it smoothly. But the mail program that is going on now is going very fast, and I hope very soon there would be a EOI where we will also be applying. I would expect this would be ready, provided we pass all the trials, and if armed forces like it, should be ready to go to operations in less than a year. I mean, I'm ready as today. You want me to fly, I can fly.
Has it been tested in realistic combat simulations? And while you made a big claim that it is 100% indigenously made aircraft, are any critical components, sourced internationally? And if so, how does Flying Wedge mitigate dependency risks?
Yeah. So the claim was big, but little smaller than what you claimed. It was only 80%, not 100. So we still have the dependency. It's not like we don't have any dependency. 80% it is designed, developed, made, manufactured in India. With respect to engine, I told there is a dependency, like what today Tejas is also undergoing. But one risk mitigation that we took here is that we have 7 different vendors lined up for this. And we have kept that in mind that, I should be able to retrofit. I have certain spec. If it is able to match, I should be able to take off with that. See, one thing that private sector has, what government does not have, is the agility to move, the quicker decision making. Because DRDO ho, ya ADA ho, ya koi bhi organization mein, if they have to change a screw in the design, they have a hierarchy, right? They need to produce lot of documents, approvals. Time ऐसे ही चला जाता है. यहाँ पे ऐसा नहीं है. आज रात को पता चला, कल सुबह change हो जाएगा. So that's the level of agility we have, right? Yeah.
So just wanted to know, I'm very, it's very fascinating that you have named this KAALABHAIRAV. And there's a very deep philosophy of, going beyond time.
Yeah.
So why did you choose this? What is the philosophy? We understand the philosophy between KAALABHAIRAV.
Yeah.
But why did you choose this name for this aircraft?
Thank you for asking that, sir. So Kaal, as you told, is time, beyond time, KAALABHAIRAV. So KAALABHAIRAV is also known as guardian of a city, Kashi, right? So similarly, we named it KAALABHAIRAV because this is going to be the guardian of the country. That's how we named it. And with respect to Kaal, the time, see, we are flying beyond 24 hours. Our endurance is 30. So we are being airborne more than a day. So we are being more than a day airborne. So that's why we named it KAALABHAIRAV. और एक और भी है सर, मतलब इसका कोई लॉजिक नहीं है जो मैं बता रहा हूँ अभी. मैं अमेरिकन स्टाइल में जब कुछ 200B, रीपर, ऐसा कुछ रखा, अंदर नहीं जा रहा है लोगों को. जब मैं बोलूँगा KAALABHAIRAV, yes, this is what we want. चलो KAALABHAIRAV फोड़ देगा पाकिस्तान का. अब वो सेंटिमेंट भी है सर, माहौल है तो क्यों नहीं रखूं.
Thank you, sir. Well said. Thank you very much.
Most welcome, sir. So anybody else? Any questions? Yeah, sure. Yeah. Open for one-to-one. If anybody is still having a question, we are still open. So. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah. Right, right. Right, sir. Yes, we also have a very, very good question, sir. Thank you. For this, I would like to invite Krishi here. So, civilian airspace, when you talked about, this is not just a military bird. This can be reconfigured for civilian purposes. For example, one such use case is Krishi is an entrepreneur who runs a climate change company. He wants to do cloud seeding. Now, we both have collaborated. And now, the payload that this is taking, the missiles and EOIRs and all, will be just removed, and you will be having the flares that fires your silver iodide. What do you use? Yeah. So that can be done. This is generally done using your chartered flights and some small aircrafts today, where manual dependency is there. You can use this also. For that type of certification, we are planning to go ahead with DGCA. That because anything under civil aviation is governed by DGCA. We've already taken it to the notice of DGCA. Because we are already 2 times type certified by DGCA for various other drones that we have. So we are well aware of the process of DGCA, better than Semilac, because we have not touched Semilac yet. So with respect to the civil aviation, we have only a cap of 150 kilograms of all-up weight, We can't go beyond 150 kgs today because the scheme is yet to be designed. So even I fly at 250, 300 kg, no, I can't do it for civil aviation. I can only do it below 150 kg. So we are reconfiguring that where, I carry less fuel, I carry a lesser payload, and I still fall below 150 kg to achieve whatever the task I want to do. Second is the beyond visual line of sight communication. That beyond visual line of sight and air traffic management for drones and unmanned aircraft systems have not been in the public yet, and it is very soon coming out. DGCA is drafting the policy. Once it is out, it can be used for multiple purposes, like guarding your so many gas pipelines. Because it has 30-year endurance, it will reduce hundreds of crore contract that is going for manned security agencies. That can alone do entire job. It can have a lot of sensors that can detect gas leaks. So you name it, sir, we will be able to do it. While it does not have an agility of a small aircraft or of a small drone that can go inside a tunnel or that can go inside a indoor area, this is meant for a larger operations. Hope that answered. Yeah. Hmm. 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 Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. 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 True, sir. Noted. Noted. We'll work on that. Yeah. Noted, sir. We'll work on that. Thank you so much for the suggestion. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. And we can have one-on-one with the press now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll formally wind up this and open the day for one-to-one interaction. Meanwhile, we invite each one of you to join us for lunch, which is arranged next door. So any one-to-one, we can always sit across the table, whereas the rest of us can enjoy the lunch which is provided. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you once again for being with us today on this memorable occasion. On behalf of Flying Wedge, we thank each one of you personally, the team which put the bird together, the hotel for providing this opportunity, the AV team, the team which made the promotions, and every single guest who has been here today. Thank you. Thank you so much.
carrying the same payloads, where it can carry multiple kg, which is not bad. And smooth operation, easy mode. The range of it is these are some high level. This is autonomous combat. Indian defense is part articles are procedure long distance things, but eventually we will do that. So we are also actively participating in that. And more powerhouses like our product
कैमरा కొద్దిగా ముందుకు పట్టుకోండి
this is already
ఆడియో కరెక్ట్గా వస్తుంది వాయిస్ ఎక్కువ
ಸರ್ ಅದು ಲೈಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡಕ್ಕೆ ಗೋಪಾಲ ಲೈಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಗೋಪಾಲ್ ಅವರೇ ಇದು ಇದು
ಇಂಡಿಯಾಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ರಿಮೋಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಸೆಂಬಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಷನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರ್ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಡಿಸೈನ್ payload apart from range completely autonomous. Pilot avashyakta ಇಲ್ಲ. Just have to say this is my task. ಇಸ್ರೇಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ US ನಮ್ಮ ಎರಡು ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ನಮಗೆ ಯಾರು ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ US already last year $3.9 billion for the Sea Guardian deal. 1,000 crore per year. Talking about the vulnerability. ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ ಏರ್ ಡಿಫೆನ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ವೆಲ್ they'll be able to take it on. And the thing is, it will cost them. Imagine pain of losing 1,000 crore. Imagine pain of losing 25 crore. This is going to save huge money, taxpayers' money. Second thing, compact and defense. Stealthy. Road aircraft ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆರಾಮಾಗಿ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಇದು ಸ್ವಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಒಂದು 10 ಏರ್ಕ್ರಾಫ್ಟ್ನ ಒಂದೇ ಸತಿ ಬಿಡೋದು. ಎನಿಮಿ ಏರ್ ಡಿಫೆನ್ಸ್ ಓವರ್ವೆಲ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. 100 ಅವಾಗ ಎನಿಮಿ ಯಾವುದು ನೋಡಿ 100 ಅಲ್ಲಿ 4 ಏರಾದ್ರೂ ತಗೊಳ್ಳುವ ಒಂದೇ ಏರ್ಕ್ರಾಫ್ಟ್ ಹೋಗಿ ಹೊಡೆಯೋದು 10-100 ಏರ್ಕ್ರಾಫ್ಟ್ ಹೋಗಿ ಹೊಡೆಯೋದು. ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಸೇಮ್ ಆಸ್ ಒನ್ ಏರ್ಕ್ರಾಫ್ಟ್. ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಏರ್ಕ್ರಾಫ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು 100 ಏರ್ಕ್ರಾಫ್ಟ್ ದಟ್ಸ್ ಹೌ ದೇ ಆರ್.
AI ಎಷ್ಟು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್
ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಅದು ನೀವು ನೋಡೋದು ಇವಾಗ ಹೈಪರ್ಸೋನಿಕ್ ಮಿಸೈಲ್. ಈಗ ಇಸ್ರೇಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಯುಎಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಏರ್ ಡಿಫೆನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್. ಐರನ್ ಡೋಮ್, ಆರೋ, ಇಂಥ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಇದಾವೆ. ಬಟ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಸೇವ್. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಹೈಪರ್ಸೋನಿಕ್ ಮಿಸೈಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ನ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಜನರಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಏರ್ ಡಿಫೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಿಸೈಲ್ಸು ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಲಡಾಖ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಈ ಮಿಸೈಲ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲೇನಾಗಿದೆ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು. ಇದು ಟ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿ ಅಡಾಪ್ಷನ್, ಪಾತ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ದರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅನ್ ಆನ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸರ್ ದಟ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಆ ಥರ ಆಗೋವಾಗ ನೀವು ಮ್ಯಾಂಡಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಯು ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್ ಅಟ್ ದಟ್ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಫ್ಲೈಂಗ್ ಹೈಪರ್ಸೋನಿಕಲ್ಲಿ. ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಸಿ ಲಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರ್ತದಲ್ಲ. ಅಂಥದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವೇನು ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಏನೂ ನೋಡಿ. ಸೊ ಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್. ಓನ್ಲಿ AI, ನಾಟ್ ಇವನ್ ಅನ್ಮ್ಯಾನ್ಡ್. ಅನ್ಮ್ಯಾನ್ಡ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಅದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಕೆಳಗಿಂದ ಆಪರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ರಿಮೋಟ್ಲಿ ಪೈಲಟ್. ರಿಮೋಟ್ಲಿ ಪೈಲಟ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ಆಟೋನಾಮಸ್. ಸೊ ಅದೇ ಡೆಸಿಷನ್ಸ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅದೇ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಫೈಟರ್ ಜೆಟ್ಸ್ AI. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಪೈಲಟ್ ಇರೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಫ್ಲೈಟ್ ಪೈಲಟ್. ಯಾಕೆ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಜನ ನಾವು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಕಲ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ನಮ್ಮ AI can do it. And everything unmanned ಆವಾಗ we have just choice. And a lot of people question about AI like war and kill people. Now you want to kill. War is either to survive or you kill. Right? That's to defend or you die. Now anta ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ enemy country completely equip ಆದಾಗ ಆ ಥರ AI ಇಂದ die. We have to upgrade. And that's the motivation. Government ಜೊತೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಈಗ ಇನ್ನೂ ಒಂದು ಮೇಲ್ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಸಿಪೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಮೇಡ್ ಇನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ರೆಡಿ ವಾರಂಟಿಗಿಂತ ಹಿಂಗೆ ನಾವು ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದು. ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಸ್ಯಾಟಲೈಟ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಷನ್ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಬೇರೆ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ರಿಮೋಟ್ ವೀಡಿಯೋ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಆರ್ಮ್ ಫೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಮಿಷನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ CA ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಈಸ್ ದಟ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ವಿ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಟೇಕ್ 1,000 crore ಮನಿ ಚೇರ್ಸ್ 1,000 crore ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಡಿಫೆನ್ಸ್ ಸೀಕ್ರೆಟ್ಸ್ನ ಲೀಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಎರಡನೇ US ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಆಫ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸಪೋರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಎನಿ ಟೈಮ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಕಾನ್ಫ್ಲಿಕ್ಟ್. Kargil day, 71 day, recently option you also supported Pakistan. So anta one ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅವ್ರ ಏರ್ಕ್ರಾಫ್ಟ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಡೇಟಾ ಶೇರ್ ಆಗೋದು ಒಂದು, ಬಟ್ ಅದು ನಮಗೆ ಉಲ್ಟಾ ಹೊಡೆಯೋ ಥರ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಆಗ ಇಲ್ಸೇ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅಲೋ ಯು ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಏರ್ಕ್ರಾಫ್ಟ್. ಏನು 30,000 ಕೋಟಿ ಹುಡುಗಾಟ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಅವ್ರು ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ನಾವು ಟೇಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಇದು ಸಾವರಿನ್ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕೈಲಿ ಅಂಥ ಒಂದು ಏರ್ಕ್ರಾಫ್ಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಸರ್ವೆಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ವಿಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಹೈ ಕೇಪಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಐ ವುಡ್ ಸೇ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಪ್ಯಾಕೇಜ್ ಅದರ
ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಜೊತೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಇದಾಗಿದೆಯಾ?
ನಾವು ಅದೇ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಜೊತೆ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅದು ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೂ ಲಾಂಚ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಬರೀ ಆಚೆಯಿಂದಾನೆ ಅವರು ಅಪ್ರೋಚ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅವರು ಕಪಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಅದೇ ಅಪ್ರೋಚ್ ಏನು ಸ್ಟೇಟಸ್ ಏನು ಹಿಂಗಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಅವರು ಅದೇ ಟೆಂಡರ್ ಒಂದು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ವೇರಿಯಸ್ ಮೆಂಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ
ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಆರ್ಮಿಗೆ
ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಆರ್ಮಿ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು
भैया लाइट ऑफ कर दो
पिंक लग नहीं यार आपके साथ ही जाना ऑपरेशन सिंदूर के बाद देश में युद्ध का तरीका जो है वो बदल चुका है। पहले जहां बड़े बड़े एयरक्राफ्ट पर हम डिपेंड रहते थे वहीं अब ड्रोन्स और अनमैन्ड एयरक्राफ्ट ने वो जगह ले ली है ताकि जीरो लॉस ऑफ लाइफ जो है वो सुनिश्चित की जा सके। इस बीच आप ये जो तस्वीरें देख रहे हैं ये फ्लाइंग वेज के कालभैरव एयरक्राफ्ट की तस्वीरें हैं जो कि आज अनवील किया गया है और
ये कैमरा तो फोटोग्राफी है हौदा हौदा ये कैमरा फोटोग्राफी नम्दा आता ಇಲ್ಲ मेरे चुपिಲ್ಲ फोटो दिखा मैं कैमरा तो फोटो తీయలేము वीडियोग्राफी कर क्या बोलती हूं फोटोस కావాలంటే बोर्डिंग पास भी आ गया लेंस मार्क असल
बहुत बड़ा किरदार जो है ये एयरक्राफ्ट भी निभाता नजर आएगा और इसी पर बातचीत करने के लिए हमारे साथ जुड़ रहे हैं फ्लाइंग वेज के सीईओ सुहास।
मुझे सेंटर फोटो అయితే తీయచ్చు అదే फोटो తీయచ్చు
मैंने अभी देखा आप बात कर रहे थे बड़े बड़े कॉम्पैक्ट प्लेटफॉर्म में भी इसको लाया है ऐसा नहीं कि हम बड़े वाले ला सकते हैं लेकिन वॉरफेयर ट्रेंड जो चेंज हो रहा है ये इकोनॉमिक एंड एफिशिएंट सिस्टम्स पे हो रहा है नॉट ऑन वन बिग सिस्टम। तो जैसे आप एक प्रेडेटर मान लीजिए या रीपर मान लीजिए 300 kg और 500 kg 1000 kg तक ले जा सकते हैं। ये कोई भी कंट्री की एयर डिफेंस अचीव नहीं कर सकते और हॉकी रेबल्स ऑलरेडी क्लेम करें कि 20 उड़ा दिया और 700 उड़ाया हमने देखे है और यूएस की 2 उड़ाया गया करके कंफर्म भी करेगा। तो ये हम 1,000 करोड़ में या 300 करोड़ में हम खरीद रहे हैं अगर हम सुनेंगे ऐसे एक एयरक्राफ्ट को इतना लॉस ऑफ टैक्सपेयर्स मनी है तो उसको नज़र में रखते हैं कॉम्पैक्ट वे में बनाया जो स्वामिंग कर सकते हैं कैपेबिलिटी है। एक ग्राउंड कंट्रोल स्टेशन से अभी 5 स्वामिंग कर सकते हैं गोइंग फॉरवर्ड 50 स्वामिंग करने का भी हम R&D कर रहे हैं। रेडीनेस ऑफ दिस एयरक्राफ्ट स्टैटिक प्रोडक्ट नहीं जो ऑपरेशन 150+ आवर्स ऑफ फ्लाइंग ऑलरेडी हो चुका है। सर्टिफिकेशन प्रोसेस के लिए भी अभी स्टैंडर्ड्स भी हम देख रहे हैं और एज ए टोल्ड ऑपरेशन 7 भी हमने लॉन्च करा है। वी आर एक्सपैंडिंग ग्लोबली इसी में हमने एक $30 million कॉन्ट्रैक्ट भी 1000 किलोमीटर डिज़ाइन करा गया है 80% जो हमें फिगर आउट करते हैं अगले 6 महीने So this is a compact platform which will be able to carry out electro-optical infrared payloads and at the same time we have तो 3000 किलोमीटर तक जो सैटकॉम के जरूरत पड़ेगी various other payloads that are required for the maritime surveillance. This is going to be fantastic surveillance come strike platform.
फोटो MG से तीसरा
$21 kilograms की टोटल पेलोड ले सकती है एंड उसे ट्रेड ऑफ क्या ज़्यादा ले जाना है
तो देखिए सीधे तौर पर 90 किलो का वजन अपने साथ 30 घंटों तक लगातार ये उड़ान भरेगा और साथ ही 3000 किलोमीटर के रेंज तक ये जो है उड़ान भर सकता है। तो जाहिर सी बात है कि दुश्मन का काल बनकर ये कालभैरव जो है वो तैयार किया गया है। पिंकी राजपुरोहित एबीपी न्यूज़ बेंगलुरु। नहीं बराबर है
ఆడియో కరెక్ట్గా రాదు
మన ఆడియో కూడా వినిపిస్తుంది
లైవ్
many people mock the concept. Even China launched it. China bottom in
It's a good concept. And looking forward to the way the trends are changing in terms of war.
हम anticipate कर पा रहे हैं कि change कहाँ जा रहा है. But thing is, वो adoption India में लाने में बहुत time लगा.
And we learned from Sindhu also, that using our drone or like unmanned aircraft, we can design a larger,
Missile systems.
very good.
If I go to आप स्टेशन में बैठे तो वन एयरक्राफ्ट में टेक बहुत सारे
It totally makes sense that, you said that these are very obviously keeping up these slots in my I think it's the best possible. And suppose if you don't find in Karnataka, I think Navy is actually very aggressive. Yeah. Because right now, like last month during Yoga Day, we met Chandrababu Naidu and Lokesh. Yeah. So he was in fact, the way he spoke is very aggressive in terms of, bringing the business industry. That makes sense actually. Yeah. Chalo, I'll see you then. Bye-bye. No problem. Bye.
I'm calling.
Don't go anywhere.
Thank you. Hello everybody, this is Suhas again back with FWD KAALABHAIRAV, guardian of Indian skies, beyond time. Why we named it beyond time is this can be in air for up to 30 hours. That's the endurance. This is a complete compact platform that can go up to 3,000 kilometer range with the platform capability that we have. At the same time, this can carry electro-optical infrared payloads and some bombs, light bombs, plug bombs, missiles, laser lasers, or any such ammunition platform that we can take. And compared to what we were probably on this and looking at the vulnerability, imagine 1,000 aircraft. And that's where this comes in the picture where precision is so much that when I put it strong, 20 aircraft to strong level, enemy air defense की cost ज़्यादा बढ़ जाएगी इससे. So financially we are making at the same time एक जो reaper या एक जो hit कर सकते हैं उससे ज़्यादा precision 20 में I can build 10 of my units for one reaper. That's the concept that we come up with. And दूसरा चीज़ है कि most of countries they operate since they operate on satellite ranges. We have no option but buying them. But imagine every mission that are operating somewhere there's a and that is not safe. That is compromised. And at the same time, US comes with a record of not supporting us. So that sense, अगर ये आपको बोलेंगे समझने नहीं देंगे आपके prices, that is when completely aircraft once manufactured करके My name is Ian Swami, and I am the CEO.